Okay, starting with Michael Reimer, Maddie Desanes, Tanatwa Chicken Burgers, and Rosa Baston's project. For interview of Stuart Reimer, President Past of Community Care, West Niagara. Hello, Stuart.
Hello, Michael, and
Good morning.
Did you say Tanaswa Chicken Burger?
Yeah, Tanatwa Chicken Burger.
What is that?
It's Black Kelvin.
Oh. That's on there now, too.
That's a snake. Okay.
Okay.
Woo! Back to business. Okay, I have a couple of questions for you, Stuart, if you don't mind. Let's start off first with some charity info. When did your charity begin?
My charity, though, is Community Care of West Niagara. It was started in 1967 by one person who believed that she needed to do something to help the poor in the community. And this has grown over the years into a large organization that strives to do just that.
What is your charity's value or its mission?
The mission of Community Care West Niagara is to provide a bridge from dependency to sufficiency, self-sufficiency, for an individual or a family that finds themselves behind and up against the wall. We want to provide especially the food, the clothing, the support, and sometimes just money to get them from to a place where they can provide for themselves.
What are some of your ways that your charity addresses these social issues in the community?
The major issues that we focus on is food, clothing, and emergency programs. We are technically a food bank, so we receive donations of food from the community and everywhere, and we provide it to our clients. We also provide emergency relief in the form of dealing with utilities, gas, telephone, hydro, water, and if someone is behind in their payments, we can help them negotiate with the companies in order to make sure that their heat stays on in the wintertime, and provide them emergency funding so that they can get back in good standing with those utilities. That's an example of some of the programs we do.
What makes your charity different from others?
That's a very good question. We all see advertisements for various charities in our society today, and some of them are able to promote their charity by highlighting their clientele, whether they are the disabled people, more amps, the hospitals and that are doing cancer research, etc. We have a clientele that we have to keep confidential. So the major difference is that the work that we do is done behind the scenes. We are very discreet and we are not able to parade our clientele in the business that we do in order to draw attention to it. We have a definite need, a need that is growing, and a need that most people understand, but we can't give people a picture of it necessarily.
How has your charity made an impact on the community?
I like to think that over the last 45 years, as the organization has grown, that we have been able to improve the community as a whole. When individuals or families are under pressure, financial pressure, when they can't afford food, clothing, housing, utilities for themselves or their families, it undermines the stability of the family. It keeps them from being productive members of our society and our community. So I like to think that not just the families themselves who receive the help from community care, but the entire community benefits from a family that is less stressed, better fed and clothed and cared for.
How do you fundraise?
We at Community Care West Niagara do not do any fundraising ourselves. We rely on the fundraising efforts of other people and benefit from the work that they do. We have people who run small fundraisers that might generate $200, $500. We have people who run larger fundraisers who that net $5,000, $10,000. We receive funding from the United Way for our food and emergency programs. And we have a generous community that donates thousands of dollars to us every year. We also benefit from food donations from small groups, large groups, and the community at large that equal at least the value of the monies that we receive. Our largest food drive is in September of every year, run by our local Lions Club, and we usually take in between 15 and 20 tons of food in one day.
Okay. Who in the community do you help most?
Well, I think we already answered that question. So
Then we'll move on to
then we'll
question
move
number-
on to the next one.
Okay. How much money is spent on running this charity?
It is expensive to run a charity. We are a corporation. We have staff. We try and keep that to a minimum. We like to use volunteers as much as we can. But there are rules and regulations as to how we can deliver our services. And so we have a budget of around $250,000 to $300,000 per year, and that does not include food. But it is expensive to operate a charity.
How do people find out about you?
It's a good question as well. People who are looking to donate, people who want to give to our organization, find us because we are the social services network hub of West Niagara. Community Care of West Niagara is the place where people go to find help, and it's also a safe place for people to go who want to provide that help. So most of our connections are made by word of mouth. People who know about community care tell both people who want to access our services or people who want to donate to our services. So people find out about us.
What are some of your charity's short-term goals?
Our short-term goals are always seasonal as far as our client services go. Every year at Christmas time we deal with Christmas and what Christmas can mean to any family. And when we have our client families, we have a number of programs that we try and improve their Christmas. So the emphasis is on our hamper program, where individuals or donors can sponsor a family and provide gifts, food, clothing to make their Christmas for their family complete. That's a very busy program, and shortly after Christmas is the most expensive time of the year to heat and light your homes. So our emphasis is on emergency services and making sure clients stay in their homes and that the lights and the electricity and the heat stays on. In other times of the year, our focus is on getting kids back to school, equipped and supplied so that they can feel engaged and are excited about learning. As far as the organization is concerned, our short-term goals are making sure that we have the correct people on staff, the right number of people on staff to deal with the needs that we have, the clients, the business that we do every day. Do we have enough people or the right person in the right place? And as an organization, we are working on making sure that our facility is developed and improved so that we can handle the people, we can handle the business that we do every day. And as an organization, at the board level, we are making sure that our policies and procedures, the way that we do the business that we do, is correct, and that we adhere to the rules and regulations that the province or the region is giving us, and that we are abiding by all of those.
What are some ways for people to get involved or volunteer?
It's very easy to get involved with community care. You can look at our website and do some research there and get an indication and flavor of what's going on. You can donate at your local grocery store and purchase one of the pre-packaged food bags, and that's one way. Or respond to the larger food drives that schools and or community has. You can donate cash to us, because we need that. We need money to operate our organization. You can get involved in volunteering on site and helping us physically move and handle the people and the food and the stuff that goes on every day at community care. At the board level, you can volunteer if you have board experience. You can volunteer to be a board member. If you have experience and gifts and skills and assets. Are we editing this?
No.
If you have board experience, if you have interest, and if you have the concern for the community, you think that you would be qualified to serve on the board of directors so that the organization is being run properly, it's also a very good way of becoming involved.
And for our final question, what is your favorite joke?
Knock, knock.
Who's there? This project. Favorite joke. Okay. See you out, New York. This is Ron Burgundy and Stuart Reimer.